first you have to structure the data into hierarchical sections. So I can take a document from my data lake sitting out in any cloud storage, and I can actually break it down. Maybe I'm going to break it down into chapters and subheadings, and I'm going to preserve all the relationships within that data. And that's going to help the AI actually maintain context and identify dependencies. So let's say I had, that 50-page compliance document. I might actually, have multiple blocks. Maybe it's going to be one section on regulatory requirements, one on penalties, one on exemptions. So it's like the very first step that you're going to take, but it actually takes a lot more than that. So that's just the chunking process. Then you still have to get the data in a format that an LLM is going to understand. And that format, specifically speaking, is question and answer pairs. So instead of providing facts, we actually need to provide structured examples of how to actually apply that information. So, what we're doing here is almost giving the LLM a mini lesson on the data, training it to answer specific questions based on the relevant details. So an example would be, if I have one of those compliance documents, maybe it deals with, some type of finance, and there's late penalty information in there. I might actually provide the LLM as part of fine tuning a question: what are the penalties for late payments? And then the answer will state, hey, it's a 5%, late fee, 1% monthly interest apply, and this all came from section 4.2 of the document. So I'm not only am I chunking it, structuring it, I'm also putting it into this format that an LLM is going to be able to recognize patterns from. And so that's going to ultimately allow for it to know, how, reinforce the accuracy in reasoning through a multi-step workflow, specifically with like agentic AI.